Well, I think I mentioned even earlier in this conversation that my love for science started very young. And so through high school, through my undergraduate years, that was where a lot of my focus, a lot of my efforts were centered. But when it came to, I was raised in a Lutheran family. We went to church every Sunday. I sat with my grandparents in the old Lutheran church in the country every Sunday. But what we were talking about earlier was that for me, it was very much a siloed experience. And I guess I had a sense fairly early on that what I heard in church and what I heard in my science class, there seemed to be some dissonance there for me personally, at least at that age and at that time. And so as I got older, because faith was largely a siloed thing in my childhood, I sort of lost that connection. I went all in with the natural sciences, and my faith walk included a period where I would still go to church when I came home to visit my parents, but I think what I said to you was, for me, it was very much a mind thing that didn't go to my heart. It didn't impact my entire life, my whole self. But God didn't leave me there. And some of us, I think some of us it's easier, but some of us it takes a couple of 2x4s over the head to get our attention. In my case, there were a few 2x4s, and those are probably stories for a different time. But they were pretty powerful and impactful stories. And actually, I would say that they actually struck right at the heart of science can't fix things for you. And some of them had to do with just when I was having one of my children, the doctors told me that we were both going to die if I didn't terminate the pregnancy. I chose not to, and today that child is 17 years old and 6'5". So there's that, you know. It was, you know, the doctors didn't have all the answers. And so it kind of went right to the heart of what I had put my faith in. And he said, don't put your faith in that, put your faith in me. And that's kind of the point at which the faith that I grew up with was pretty important, because it all came back, but now it was a faith that connected the heart and the head and the whole package. And that kind of is what drove me to go into the environmental sciences at Concordia, which is a Christian university, to try to figure out now, what does this look like?